What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another podcast episode of Behind the Callout. However, this is going to be a little bit different than what you are used to if you are watching this right now. Currently, you're probably going to notice the new logo as well as a couple new names on here as well. Previously, our old host, Duck Guy, is going to no longer be a part of Behind the Callout. Instead, I have two new hosts with me here today. I have Leak and T, aka Vice President Leak Biden and President Barack T. I can't remember the actual username because I never call them by their username.
Barack Damage.
Is it Barack Damage? There it is. Yeah, and they're gonna be with me here today. If you guys are unaware or currently living under a rock, these are two good friends and also good admins of Collective. They were currently with me, what was it, like 2 weeks ago in Raleigh?
Like 3 in Raleigh.
Like 3 or 4. Yeah, so we just recently got back up 3-4 weeks ago. We took a kind of a group admin trip down to Raleigh to the R6 Majors event. Raleigh, to whatever, R6 Majors event in North Carolina. We are back here to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about what's coming up here in the future for Collective, as well as introducing a few new things that we have going on, which is, I'm assuming, the new title, if you guys are seeing this here in the future, as well as the new logo. So, yeah, that's my start out. Leak T, welcome.
Thank you.
What is that, man?
Happy to be here. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's late.
All right. So first, I'm gonna start this out by, I guess, talking a little bit about Raleigh. Is it Raleigh?
Raleigh.
I know you're gonna Raleigh. Thank you.
Like
so I'm gonna talk a little bit about Raleigh. While we were down there, we had I had a pretty good time.
Yeah,
got a lot of pictures with a lot of good people. Also, word on the street is I got in the Russian Badger video. That was crazy. I never didn't think I was going to meet him, but he ended up going down there to do like a business thing, whatever. But I didn't expect to see him there, so that was pretty cool. Word on the street is I beat UT in a 1v1 on PC, which means I'm a god.
We don't gotta talk about that.
We don't gotta talk about that?
No, we don't.
I wanted to talk about that.
We don't gotta talk about that.
So, first thing I want to talk about, the first thing that I noticed while I was there was a full-fledged furry in line to go play the new operators.
So you're just gonna start off by harassing somebody just there to enjoy the game?
I didn't say I was going to harass them. I just wanted to say what a bold life choice to feel that comfortable.
I mean, we could just talk about all the cosplayers in general, because there was like 50-something cosplayers.
There was a lot. Yeah.
They all look really good.
I'm assuming that they're going to throw up a couple pictures on the screen that we were talking about, or at least we'll provide them with a couple pictures. But yeah, we had, there was pretty much just everyone there. I got pictures with a lot of people. I even paid Malik for one of his pictures to put on Instagram. I believe it was one of like Ash and Jaeger and like smoking them.
You bought a picture of you off of Malik?
I bought a picture of the cosplayers off Malik because I didn't want to go take a picture. I'm like, I didn't want to get out of line, so I was like, "Hey, yo, Leak, I'll give you $1 for that picture." He said, "Hey, yo, bet."
That is a true story. 100% true story.
Yeah, I threw the $1 his way. He sent me the pic, and that was the end of that.
What were you in line for?
That was the reason why I played the new ops.
Oh,
and I was taking a picture of the cosplayers.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I saw that on Sunday. I stood in line. I missed like the first half of the grand finals to get a Shroud autograph.
Realistically though, Raleigh was a blast. I really enjoyed getting to play those new operators, even though that other Diamond player took that way too seriously.
I mean, I got a 3K, so that was cool.
I wasn't really trying to get the kills, as more I was trying to like check out the map and like kind of get a feel for all the changes and stuff. But there was a Diamond player in there.
Extremely tempted.
Oh my god!
I walked out. I'm like looking around, like the map is kind of like, yo, okay, I see what you did over. Boom! I'm dead. Wait, what?
Right, like these dudes are trying to get into the pro league.
It's still Canal. Like I think that's just the bottom line of it. It's still Canal.
Right. We're not going to get like a
to breathe it in, admire the rework, and then he's spawn peeking. I'm like, okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We're trying to
all 3 defensive rounds though. Like that man was wild.
Yeah, I was trying to like get a feel for just everything, and this man was not allowing it. He was like, "No, I'm going to get in the pro leagues today, off of just testing the new ops. I'm going to have to prove my worth."
Well,
and
for what y'all did play, I played it a little bit more because I have a computer, so I played the map a little bit more on TTS. But off of that, like first try, how'd y'all feel about the map for what you did get to play?
Well, I did get to play a little bit back up in the hotel room, so I did get to play like a little bit of it. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was pretty fun. I mean, it's definitely a lot better than what it was. I like that there's another passage in between sites or in between buildings. So now there's not just one straight narrow. Oh, if you're roaming on this side of the building, you're fucked. You're kind of just stuck over here. Now it's like you actually have a way to get back and not just get murdered. So I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I think the new ops are great for casual. I think they're like funny to meme with. But the biggest thing that I think is gonna like catching my attention is just those that shield upgrade to where they're basically like tiny mirrors.
One thing with the new deployable shield that I did see somebody demonstrate, although they are strong, if you throw a flashbang up to that deployable shield, it flashes whoever's behind it. So that's something to keep in mind.
That. Yeah. So like now you have to put down a deployable shield and you have to like put an ADS in front of it, like try to hide it somewhere in order to not get flashed if you're going to hold down like a hallway or something.
See, I just don't see anybody putting that much utility to protect a deployable shield. Like
that's a lot of effort. I mean, I guess Jaeger mains that don't want to roam could use it, but at the same time, that's just so much utility.
I mean, I would much rather see somebody other than a Jaeger play it, like maybe like on the first floor hallway on Oregon or something, looking towards main lobby. If you put the shield and then hallway looking towards main stairs, like that'd be a lot easier. I mean, I'm pretty sure is Oregon going to take it out of ranked?
Not ranked, just take it out of pro league.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, that could be like one useful spot for it.
I think the biggest talk that's been going around with that is like, or the newest like update with the new season is going to be the new battle pass coming out. Now, when we were there live, that got the most negative reaction. Like the whole crowd was booing.
No, I don't understand that because if you're being honest, like Fortnite made it popular, and Fortnite has like a really negative opinion around it in the Siege community for some reason. But like the battle pass is really like the best way to distribute content to people. Like I don't see why people don't like paying $10 or $15 and getting a whole list of things you get by just playing the game compared to repeatedly paying $10 for different things. Like
I could wholeheartedly agree with you if they did something about the season pass. Like if the season pass wasn't a thing, I would 1000% be right on board with the battle pass. But the thing is, I'm already paying you $30 to get a few things. So are you telling me I have to pay $30 to get those few outfits, to get the operators 7 days before the other people? On top of that, so now I have to pay $45 just to get a few extra cosmetics. Like, is that really necessary? Like, you could at least take some off of the season pass or something. It almost stops at this point. Mm-hmm.
The messed up thing about the season pass at this point is that considering how much we play and how much time we put into it, we have enough renown that by the time the new operators come out, we could just buy the 2 new operators and not have to spend any money on the season pass. But the thing is, like, we don't know how much that battle pass is going to be. It could be like $10, $15. It could be something that's small and they give you like a bunch of really cool cosmetics or something like that. Or that bad boy could be like $30, $40.
Yeah.
And if it's
above 15.
I mean, it could be, but we don't know. I mean, it's Ubisoft.
Yeah, but I mean,
they've done some scandalous stuff before.
I mean, I wouldn't see Ubisoft as more of a money-hungry company. I mean,
they're not EA hungry, but
yeah, that's my thing. I could definitely see EA doing that type of stuff, but
yeah,
I don't think Ubisoft would ever go down that route.
I just hope that they at least give the season pass holders like the battle pass or whatever for free. And then on top of that, if they are going to charge people for it, like if they are going to charge, at least have it be like something really cool. Like I want to see at least like one or two, maybe a couple more legendary items in there. You know, like a legendary weapon skin and a legendary cosmetic item for an operator or something.
I'm sure there will definitely be like legendaries towards the end of the ladder of it. I don't see them giving out commons and rares for 80 tiers of a battle pass or however much it was.
Right. That's just why I'm hoping like they just at least release a couple of good things and maybe do like challenges towards that battle pass too that you can do, kind of like how Rocket League does it. Yeah. I would say like Fortnite, but Fortnite is garbage. So like how Rocket League does it.
Proving my point.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how I don't know. I like how Rocket League does their battle pass. I think they hand out a lot of good stuff. And even if you don't like the cool thing about, I guess, with the Rocket League pass, which is something I hope they kind of do with Siege, is that at least they hand out like keys and they hand out like decryptors and stuff to kind of get a little bit of that money back, to not really feel like, you know, you've wasted a bunch of money. Essentially, you will get all your keys back if you put enough time in. I want to see them do something like where if you buy this pass, you know, you spend $10 on it or spend some money or whatever on it. I want to see them give out like maybe 1,000 renown or like 2,500 renown here and there, just to kind of like be like, hey,
credits.
Or credits, my bad. Credits. Like just like, you know, some credits here and there, just to be like, hey, you know, in case there's not something in here that, you know, is in this battle pass and you feel kind of gypped, you know, here's something that you can buy later on. But enough about that. Another thing I wanted to talk about too. Wait, should we hint at the possible special guest? Should we hint at that? Is it about that time?
We could just leave it at we're gonna have a special guest.
Yeah,
in the coming.
That's fair. Yeah, we're possibly gonna have a special guest. Hopefully, we made a couple good. Jack was working down there, and that is just. Yeah, shout out to Jack. That to say that man was working down there was definitely an understatement. I mean, we were trying our best to like hand out cards and talk to some people too, but this man went the extra mile to just kind of get our name out there, and I think he did a really good job. I got to talk to a couple good people, not like he did. I got to speak to one of the managers of Ninjas in Pajamas, and that was a blast. That dude was super cool. I got to have like a drink and smoke a cigar out there and talk with them and stuff, so that was pretty fun.
We had a lot of the people there. A lot of the competitive players and stuff like that were there, just faces in the community, were just a lot more laid back than I think a lot of people maybe anticipate them to be. Like when we talked to Fabian, and he's the complete polar opposite of the get the fuck out of my face type of energy that he has. That's like he's very down to earth. He's always willing to like. He had a conversation with us after the finals. Like he's just a good dude.
I met Pengu and Fabian in the elevator, and they were Fabian? Yeah. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was Pengu and I think it was Goga.
Wasn't it Uno?
Yeah, Uno.
No, I did meet Uno in the elevator. On a separate occasion when he was with his girlfriend after the finals, and I was an asshole, and I apologize for that. If you ever hear that, or if you ever somehow come across this podcast, I apologize so much. I didn't know who you were when I seen you in the elevator until I got an actual good look, and I immediately regretted what I said. For those of you who don't know what was said, I met Uno in the elevator after their loss to Empire, and he was with his girlfriend, and they got in the elevator, and I said, man, that Empire game, huh? Those guys are crazy. And his girlfriend was like, yeah, they were pretty good, but, you know, G2 can't win them all. And I said, yeah, finally. And didn't know it was him. I personally just wanted to see someone else win that wasn't G2. I am a fan of G2. I like G2, but I do feel like they were the sort of the dream team, and eventually it would have been nice to have someone win. I just wish it would have been an NA team, but NA been real slacking lately, so I don't know. Don't know really what to do with that.
G2 game. I don't care what you're talking about over there.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was really fun. But on to the next thing outside of Raleigh. Us admins, been secretly plotting new things for this upcoming season. Right now, when you were hearing this, you should still be in Summer Cup 2, unless Raven decides to update or send this out in like 4 weeks, then maybe, or yeah, Summer Cup 2, unless he decides to send it out in like 4 weeks, then we'll be in like Season 2. But we're going to have a complete revamp for Season 2 coming out. We have we have a couple new admins joining us at Collective. Should we name them out, or are we just going to kind of let people find out? Should we give them a shout out?
You can shout them out. Shout out Starzy.
Right. Yep. Shout out Stars. Shout out Rage. Shout out Nicolo as well. For a lot of people don't know, he became an admin for PC, which we do have a PC league for as well. I was actually just talking about that today in the Collective. When I joined, we had like a little under 50 people. It was like 45, 46 people in this server. Now, after like looking over all of PC, Xbox, PlayStation, NA, EU, all that, we have like it was over 1,500. Like I stopped counting around 1,500, but it's a lot.
Yeah,
like we have grown. Yeah, we have grown like a crazy amount and branched out to so much.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I joined
that was
a little
something
bit earlier.
crazy.
I want to say I joined like a month before you, because I joined October of last year, and I want to say there was like 20 to 30 people, and it was like 3 or 4 teams. And I believe I want to say it was like a little after Christmas break was when it like really started to pick up. Was when we started seeing a lot of growth. And after Season 1 and during Season 1, it really just kind of like peaked, and we were rapidly gaining people. So
yeah, during the season, like when all the games were being streamed, people were finding us on Twitch. Yo, how do I join? Our Instagram was starting to do some numbers. People were DMing us on Instagram. Yo, how do I join? And there was team after team, person after person, just really wanting to get involved in whichever platform they could. And like I joined around January, and we were still trying to find some teams to make up for Season 1 to get a full 24 teams going there. And then now this is almost, well, it's not quite a year later, but almost a year later, and triple, quadruple, almost the number of people we've had since then. It's just crazy.
Yeah, definitely appreciate all the support from everybody coming in and playing. Everybody who watches the streams, follows our social medias and everything like that. Really helps us push out what we're trying to do here, and just helps the scene all together for console.
Yeah, it's definitely helping us grow into what we want to be. And you guys are going to see it for Season 2. We have so much planned. The way that we cast games, the way that we stream, the way that we handle a lot of our things is going to be a lot different. I can't spoil too much.
Yeah.
But just know it's going to be a complete revamp from what you guys are used to, and it's going to be so much better. We've put in a lot of time and effort and dedication into all this. So yeah, that's something we just wanted to get out as well. Something else we wanted to talk about. We are no longer going to be the only podcast here in Collective. We do have another podcast coming around the corner. That's going to be something to kind of look at the more technical side of games, try to, look at some stuff like that. That's going to be coming out around the corner from us, right? I believe it's
should be coming
the
out
week of or the week after us.
Yeah, it should be coming out at the same time. Yeah. Either same week or the next week after that. That's going to be a bit more of like deep diving into games after they happen, recapping them, interviewing like individual players and stuff like that. Just getting a bit more surface level views of the league. So be careful. Check out for that. Coming soon.
Also, make sure to check out for some of the future episodes of Behind the Callout. We will be having more IGLs entering the team. We're going to try to stay away from individual players and kind of let our sister podcasts do that. We're going to be focusing more on IGLs here coming up in these next couple of episodes. This one was just sort of the highlight introduction, letting everybody know, hey, the podcast is back and it should be up weekly.
We here.
We out here.
Gang.
Gang. All right. So while we are here and while we are in the middle of Summer Cup 2, unfortunately we've had is the first one a forfeit, or are they rescheduling it?
Which one?
The Artemis game was a forfeit.
Yeah, the Artemis game forfeited. They unfortunately had a match into the league, and they weren't able to make it on time. Tried to give them extra time, still couldn't make it. So that game was unfortunately a forfeit.
And then today's game was Xbox's fault, which I still can't sign into Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox.
They need to fix their Xbox.
So the NR and known randoms game, which was the today game, is being rescheduled. Should hopefully be coming this weekend. Hopefully, if not, early next week, because that game does have to be played. Artemis, unfortunately, due to the forfeit, they moved down the losers bracket. And the team that was supposed to play Eulogy is going on to play Reanimated Gaming next week.
Okay, so seeing as we're about halfway through Summer Cup 2, seeing as, what we've seen so far, what do you, are we about halfway?
No, we just started.
Oh, no, that's right, we just started. So, seeing as we just started the summer, this is how involved I am. This is where I'm at. This has been a very busy summer for me.
Step up.
My involvement is going to be stepped back up in season 2, which is something I talked to Jack about. So far for Summer Cup 2, what are we looking prediction wise? Like, who's making it? Let's just not say who's going to win, but who are we saying top? Who are the top 2? Like, who's going to go up against who this season?
RG got to be up there.
Can you pull up the bracket? Yeah, as a non-biased kind of thing, I'm definitely looking at you guys over at Faux Uprise. Okay. I'm definitely looking at Reanimated Gaming. I've heard, I don't know how many good things about them.
I could see
Cynical. Cynical's definitely, they're still a strong team. I haven't really heard or seen much. They're more of a behind the shadows kind of team. I know their capability, but I just haven't seen anything yet because they have yet to play.
Yeah, they definitely more low key.
Odin's Finest did pretty well in the last Summer Cup. They are a pretty strong team, and they've had some acquisitions of some new players. So I'm definitely excited to see where they go. Another thing that's probably unspoken is that Stardom team. Mm-hmm. That actually features a content creator, Royal Penguin, and I'm just pretty interested to see what he's going to do in the competitive scene here in Collective.
Stardom has a really strong roster. They have a lot of pretty more well-known players on console. So I wouldn't be surprised if they end up at least making winter semis or finals, if at that.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be a freaking tournament to watch right here. I was glued to the Pharaoh versus Raven game, and that was just one of the first games of the week that I could watch. And that game right there, I feel like that game set the tone for what the Summer Cup is about to be.
Oh yeah, for sure. That Farside Luxury game was great.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that one. That was the
7-5. I think it was.
I think so. That was the clubhouse game where Luxury just. I think Farside was up by a few rounds at the beginning when they started off on defense, and then Luxury just started putting a string of rounds together, and they just took the momentum and took that game home.
Yeah, Luxury is a newer team to Collective, but they're definitely super strong.
Oh yeah.
In the losers bracket, so far, Farside Solar, Prime Elite, Raven,
Redemption bracket,
Artemis. Yeah, Redemption bracket. You know the vibes. I definitely think Artemis could make a really good Redemption bracket run.
Oh, for sure. I was interested to see them in the winners bracket. Yeah. Unfortunately, with their league match and scheduling conflicts, that wasn't able to happen. So
I'm hoping
at least being able to see them down there and maybe put some work in. Definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm hoping they don't have to fall to a forfeit again, and because that would risk obviously their spot in the tournament. So as long as they can just keep their scheduling straight and not have any more interferences like that with other leagues, I mean, they should be able to make a run for finals, if anything.
I'm just so excited, man. Like, finally getting back into some competitive, man. Just can't wait.
I'm excited to be playing. Should be fun games.
Playing. Hope I can get some casting going.
Man, let me get some casting here, man.
Yeah, I actually was supposed to cast the game yesterday and was going to cast the game today at 9, but yeah, that was the two games I was supposed to cast just didn't work out.
Shout out to my boy Bill Gates.
Some other stuff lately, man.
I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of stuff right now. I think T-Mobile was down, Sprint was down, Metro PCS was down. There's been a lot
there was a big hack
today. It was either
Xbox
hacked or a lot of companies for some reason have servers in Florida. And Hurricane Dorian is like, man, them servers, mines.
Definitely everybody who's affected by Hurricane Dorian. Hope you guys are staying safe right now, even though hopefully would have passed with not much damage done. Collective is definitely starting to become like a family. It's crazy.
Jack tries to be the father
figure.
No respect.
Yeah, he's trying to be the father figure, but it's like he's the father figure, but it's like he's got multiple like foster homes because like he has all the different divisions to take care of.
He's
like
a foster home.
PS4 NA, PS4 EU, PC, PCU, like Xbox. Like he's got so many things to take care of, and like the man also has his own job, and he's also doing interviews and meetings with people to try to get Collective's name out there and stuff. Like this man is really, I don't even know the word to describe it.
Jack,
don't tell me I can do that.
Shout out Jack.
Jack be working.
Lilac Jack.
Shout out Jack the big goat. Goat. Jack the goat. We didn't really get a podcast for the end of the first Summer Cup. Where Homeshot and the Choir Boys took that. We didn't get to like really interview them, but that was a pretty good game.
Did I come back by HTCB? No, I don't think you did. Did you?
I was in there for a little bit towards the end. Yeah, I was a little bit.
And then you left.
Towards the end, I was in there for a little bit.
Casted the rest. Shout out Monkey, man. Monkey be working hard with you.
Yeah, Monkey definitely been working hard.
Monkey's been keeping that casting stuff by like afloat all by himself. For the
what happened is I ended up going on. I went on a vacation down to Tennessee to like see my family and stuff, and I told Jack I wasn't gonna be able to work on anything with casting or like anything in the collective, and we just kind of let Monkey do it. It was supposed to just be for that week, but then I came back up, and when I came back up, Jack was like, "Oh yeah, he doing that now. Yeah, like that's his job. Now you got this." And I was like, "Oh,
great job."
Right, and he's just been running it ever since. I mean. I mean, he's been doing great. He definitely took off way better than what, I anticipated him to do. I figured it'd be a slower start than what it was, but no, man, he just kind of got dropped the casting channel on his lap, which is kind of what happened to me in the beginning when I became an admin, and he just stepped up. He was just like, all right, bet, I'm going to grab this, and we're going to go with it.
Yeah, he's been stepping up a lot in the past few months, so... Definitely a lot of the casting and getting these matches streamed definitely weighs a lot on Monkey.
Yeah, that has been he has been a huge help in the casting part.
Yeah,
like he has been on that.
Shout out every admin. Even Serb.
Even Serb. Let's get Serb in here.
Serb some love.
Good old Serb.
Get Serb on the pod? That'd be wild.
Oh my lord. Serb and Jack are supposed to be going to the next event. It's either here in September or October.
DreamHack Atlanta is in November.
Mm-hmm.
Is it November?
I believe
yeah. Okay. I thought it was like October.
We're gonna be going there with other people from Collective. I believe Glitzy from RG is going to be there.
I'm gonna try.
From my team might be there. He might try to go with Jack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to see if I can fly down there, but if not, then I'm not driving.
I'm not going.
The real thing. I need y'all to take this Canada trip with me, bro.
I'm going to Montreal. Montreal is half the length of
Wait, you going?
Montreal is half the drive for me as Raleigh was.
Right,
no, I'm flying.
That's what I'm saying.
And just so you, hey, Montreal is in February. My birthday is in February. I'm having birthday money at Montreal. I'm cashing.
You don't understand, dude. That's income tax time. Like, I'm going to Montreal.
Oh God.
Okay. I'm
going.
All right, put a stamp on this because
I heard it here first. Put a stamp on it. Put a stamp picture on the screen.
Collective is at 6 Invitational, so that means I need to get in the gym, and I need to get my castle fit going.
Your castle, you go put on the waves for Veli?
See, Veli always said that Castle should have a wave check skin, so I'm gonna show up, cosplay as Castle, right? Take the helmet off, and like you gonna see the waves and the wave check. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you gotta get the waves together too.
You think he gonna remember you from Raleigh?
At Raleigh though, your waves was kind of in. You had to get a cut.
See, I hadn't had a haircut about 2 weeks.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. You gotta remember. Yo, before you come
I just got my haircut about 2 days ago, so I mean, if I keep on schedule.
See, it's high tide right now. I see you. I see the vibes. I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do with it.
You think he gonna remember you from Raleigh, man? You gonna call up there and be like, "Hey, yo, man, I need a wave check."
Oh yeah, I talked to him. He streams just about every day. I talk to him. He's every time I've been in his stream. Like when I first started watching the stream, I was like, "Yo, what's up, man?" And then he'd be like, "Yo, it's Malik," because I told him what my name was and stuff. Mm-hmm. And like every single time, he was like, "Yo," he'd be talking to somebody else in his chat, like, "Yo, I met this kid in Raleigh, right?" And he challenged me to a wave check. He pulled the picture up on his phone. I kid you not. He pulled the picture up and show his Twitch chat. Be like, "Yo, so he can't challenge the wave god." And I'm sitting there in his Twitch chat like, "Oh, bro, please stop."
He put the wave on the screen. That's crazy.
He put it on the screen, bro. He put me out like that. I was like,
"That's crazy." And yeah, man, we gonna
talk about like the changes coming to next season type stuff or what in Rainbow.
Well. I know changes for one thing in Collective coming in next season is the new logo that's going to be coming out. We can talk about that because he said it was supposed to be released by the time this episode came out, like 4, I think.
Man,
we're going to have a.
Look at that, beautiful.
Yeah, we'll throw that on the screen. Do we have a new animated logo for the Collective? We're no longer going to be using the stock logo that we have right now. We're upgrading. It's a big upgrade too, so get ready for that. We got new logos for behind the Callout. And then if you guys haven't seen the personal logos, me, Raven, and Monkey each got a logo. We got one animated as well. Yeah, everybody getting new logos, man. It's the time of year.
How do you feel about the gadgets coming in next season? Huh?
I
Glass
don't
frags,
like them.
Frags?
I don't like those frags at all. I don't like those frags at all.
I don't think Glass.
Like,
I don't think Glass should have frags.
Glass is gonna be. I think that's gonna be kind of useless, just because
it doesn't fit his kit.
Yeah, it doesn't fit his kit at all. And if you don't run smokes on Glass, you're stupid. Like, you're just stupid. That's the point of it.
The only time I'm running Glass on frags?
When
we run in all 5 operators with frags, so I have 10 frag grenades.
Oh god, yeah. If we're talking Dokkaebi though, that could be nasty for roamers.
That's gonna
like if Dokkaebi can find out Dokkaebi can find out where you're at, and then she could just toss Kobe a grenade at you while you're like trying to turn your phone off. That's nasty, man. I don't like that at all. That's gonna be something.
I'm excited to see the plays that are made.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Putting a decent amount of hours on Dokkaebi before the frag, and now having that option, because like, as mainly what I used to do with Dokkaebi was just mainly a roam clear kind of thing. When we got to site, we just used numbers to get the rest of the frags. But like clearing out roamers with a phone call and frags, like, man,
yeah, dude,
it's going to be a sight to see. For sure.
I think those are going to be pretty great to see. Wasn't there a recoil adjustment to one of the sidearms?
For Dokkaebi, yeah, the SMG-12.
Yeah.
When she first came out, it was like basically a laser or pocket rocket, whatever you want to call it. Then they gave all the SMGs a nerf to recoil, basically, so you had to relearn it. And now a couple of the SMGs are getting like I guess you'd call it back a buff.
Wasn't there an SMG wide one? Because I know the SMG11 feels a lot better too.
Because I mean, before that, all the sidearms were basically just lasers. Like you could just walk around as primary. And then a couple seasons ago, they changed all of them and made them all. You had to kind of sporadic, so you had to figure out how to control the recoil. And now they're kind of doing like a little shadow buff and like, bringing the recoil down a little bit.
I know the SMG12 feels a lot better. SMG11 feels a lot better. I haven't tried the Bearing 9, so I can't tell you if that feels a bit better.
I hope so. I'm tired of running the pistol on Habana, honestly.
Man, same.
Anyways, are we talking about this new Mira Elite skin that was released? Are we talking about this?
We could talk about it.
We could. I mean, I don't see myself buying it, but we can talk about it.
Like, I skipped the Smoke Elite. I'm probably going to skip this one, too.
Yeah. I don't see myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, I mean, the concept and stuff and the outfit is dope and everything. Yeah, I like it.
Not my cup of tea.
Hey,
nope.
You ain't got a lot of me. I personally don't like it either. I'm just saying.
The pilot program skins look amazing.
They look
like that's something I'm about to pour my money into right there.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I'm gonna need that rogue headgear for Jaeger.
I'm gonna need that Sledge G2. I'm gonna need that.
That liquid vigil, though? Like,
facts. The phase cavi? You know that's a cop on site.
See, the thing is, watch they give this cavi this phase outfit, right? And then watch all of a sudden she get like an elite.
See, now here's what's crazy, though. See, I've been playing cavi for a while, and people either just ban her, or my team don't let me play her. Or people say she's bad, and then I just kind of...
Or I have to sit and watch my teammates play her. Not to the ability that she can be played. Like just seeing them pick cavi and then seeing them do like the earliest flank in the world get picked off, and I'm just like, you're not really helping at all. You were just 2 reinforcements to me, and that's it.
Another thing I want to talk about: who you think hit in this champions rank?
Dawsers.
I plan on hitting it.
Like, if we're talking realistically, if we're looking at people in collective, like, who are the top 5 people you think hit in that rank?
I mean, I'm just throwing myself in there just to do it.
You want me to name 5 people?
Like, I play enough ranked with people in collective to know that I can hit
it. Leak, what's your MMR right now?
Like 5,100.
Yeah, so Malik gonna hit it.
Malik gonna hit it.
Yeah, Malik gonna hit it.
Serb may hit it. I know Serb was right at 5K elo when I played with him the other day. He'll probably hit it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Serb may hit it.
Man, those champion charms better be just fucking out there.
I don't know if the ones that I saw were like a placeholder, but I saw like flower. So I'm hoping that's
right. Like I don't want no
like a placeholder because we already got
flower. I don't want no like. Right, like we don't want no flower. I want to see like some sort of blazing, like super bright pink, like animated charm. Like if you're gonna be I mean, I understand why the other ones aren't. Like I mean, it's a big step to get to diamond, but like champion level,
I missed the animated
5,000 MMR.
Let's talk about that real quick. I missed the animated charms because the last time we got animated charms was Outbreak, and they had the particles floating around the charm, and those all look so cool. Like those were great cosmetics, and they just haven't done them again. Like I could have easily seen them do that type of design, just the animated part of the charm for say like the Bandit Elite, where he's touching the batteries and they have the electric shock going between them. I would love to see that electric shock between the cables electrified.
See, am I the only one that misses like the old theme that they had for like getting the charms, or they're like kind of like little plaques or like little awards or whatnot for your gold and your plat and shit like that? Like, I mean, no offense to like the new creative design of it, but it feels less of a reward or like less of a trophy, and it feels more of just like buying another charm. Like for instance, the kangaroo holding the ball. You know what I'm talking about? Like each kangaroo was practically the same, except the ball was just a different color. So there wasn't anything that made you feel special about working so hard to get to diamond. And it's going to be the same way with this season too. When this season's over, it's just going to be a cinder block with a little gem in it. and the gems are just going to be different colors. So it's not going to really feel like that work you put in, is going to be that worth it at the end of the season to have something to kind of show that off, because essentially they're all going to be the same, just different color. You're going to know, but
these are a bit more visible than the black ones.
Could go both ways. Though.
Yeah, like I definitely see what you're saying, but I think the kangaroo idea was cool. The glowing ball was a lot more visible than the plaques. Like, I know I have my Wind Bastion diamond charm, and it barely looks like a diamond charm unless you zoom in on it in the main menu.
100% correct. Like, you really couldn't really tell the difference between like a plaid and a diamond charm unless you took the time to like stare at it.
Right. So
true. I don't know.
I will agree with you though. I'm not a fan of the cinder block one. I feel like that's kind of lazy.
I'm not
a fan.
I was a little bit more of a fan of the kangaroo, but yeah, I'm not excited to get this charm. I don't get diamond charms, I get plat charms, but like, I'm definitely not excited to get this plat charm this year. Like
I do appreciate them, like, stepping out, trying something new, trying to get creative, but like, I just feel like they could do better. Like, I know they can.
Right. You know what I would have liked?
Improve the plaque ones. That would be much better.
I would have really liked if they would have. I would have really liked to have like a sledgehammer, like sledgehammer, but like in different colors. Like, I guess copper would be like the basic one, and then each time you went up, it was just like a little bit better of a sledgehammer. And like when you get to diamond, it's just glowing purple, and like it's got like, I don't know, like some sort of cool design. I don't know, just something like that. Something that's just a little bit more thought than, hey, here's a cinder block and a little gem in it. I'm just not a fan personally. With that being said, I guess I just want to thank you guys for coming here and watching. I know these podcasts do get a lot of views. You guys have been asking when the next Behind the Callout was going to be, and we did take a break. We're not going to, sugarcoat it, hide it, whatever. We did take a break for a little bit there, but yes, we are back. We are going to be posting out new episodes every week of Behind the Callout, starring me, your casting host, Mex. We have our head admin host, T, and we have our other admin host, Leak. You guys are going to see us a lot more here, and also, be careful. We're probably going to roast you in Gen Chat. I can't lie to you about that. So yeah, we'll. Yeah, he will. It is what it is. But other than that, make sure you guys come check us out on YouTube. I know you can click that little like button and the subscribe down below to be able to see more of these podcasts in the future. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at @collective_esports. And make sure to stay tuned to watch more games coming up in the Summer Cup 2 tournament, as well as waiting around the corner for Season 2, where we're going to watch some of the better teams here in Collective go head-to-head for that Season 2 championship. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And, we'll see you guys next time.
Later, everybody.
Later.